do this one. Oh my
heavy
gosh.
in a good way. Right? I know. So like our
wow.
Right. I mean,
wow.
I'm not kidding. When I see this price, I really want you to think like you can find these in stores with a number 1 in front of it. For sure.
Easy.
This is that same beautiful pattern that you just saw in the placemats. Brought into a runner, 36 inches long, 13 inches wide. So it's 3 feet long.
Oh my gosh, scalloped edges.
Scalloped edges,
which gives it like, which is really nice considering that it's like a perfect round on the placemats. So now you have like another layer of texture and dimension.
Yes.
This is heavy. I'm gonna put it down. It's heavy. So I had a couple weeks off, almost 2 weeks off. And for the first few days I was up in New York City, just gallivanting around, having a good old time.
I saw the pictures on social media.
And then I spent a week down in Avalon and Cape May.
Love, right?
And there were a ton of boutiques that I just sort of like stopped in here and that. You put a 1 in front of it? No, put a 2 in front of it and beyond and keep it going in these boutiques.
I know.
When you're talking about, this is hand beaded as well, I'm assuming?
It's all done by hand.
Look at the sheer size of it. So each one matches back. Here's your olive flutter. Here is your red doo-doo-doo.
Look how cute that is.
So adorable.
Right.
And then here are your summer shells that were too heavy for me to hold up. But I love the weight of it because if you're putting dishes on top of it, trivets on top of it, candles, it's not going to slip and slide.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And when you talked about the scalloping, here's the reason why we did it. Number 1, it's the perfect width at 13 inches because you can still fit the placemats on either side. Did you ever get a runner and then the placemats don't fit? It's so frustrating, right? Like you either have to tuck them under the runner, but you can see even on the table over there, you won't have to do it. That's where the scalloping comes into play. So when Tara Tesher designs, she thinks about all these things for you to make it easy and effortless. And then I also love the fact that this is perfect on a coffee table or an island, same as the placemats.
Oh yeah, it would be great on my island, come to think.
How to bring your kitchen to life with this beautiful red color.
And let's be honest, I eat at my island 90% of the time.
Right.
I don't even have a dining room table.
Right. I know, I mean, I get it.
My island is my dining room table.
Yes.
Because it's a 1-bedroom apartment. But it's like the focal point of my entire apartment. So having something that has the metallic, the sheen, the shine, the luxe.
Yes.
It looks very, very luxe. So price here.
Did you see that price?
That's $25.99.
I know.
Okay.
We're shocked. We're retiring this.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Right.
800-500-7590. You need this. At a price like this, it's going to be retired. There's no reorder final quantities. This red doodle-doo on fire.
Okay, got it.
Super popular. Let's look at it on the table again, can we?
Agreed. Because, again, this is kind of like that set it and forget it feel, right? Like you put this on the table, put it in the center of your table, and here's what I love about it when we designed this. The beads are flat, so you can still put candlesticks on here. They're not going to be wobbly. Some runners that are beaded, you have to be careful. The beads are too high and they're not even. So when you try to put a candlestick on it, see how this sits? I'm going to move that. See how it sits completely flat?
Yep.
Perfect, right? So I love the fact that it sits flat, but it just brings this table to life. And even if you did nothing else to this table, all you do is add your food and you're good to go.
That's it. This has the satin backing as well, correct?
That's
sure
correct.
Does. Look at that satin backing, which makes it really extra elevated. Even if no one sees it, you know that it's there, but you also know it's not damaging your table or your island or whatever your surface may be.
It is.
A really beautiful sheen.
The quality, the craftsmanship, the finishing touches. These prices, I know if you've never had beaded anything before, you will just welcome to the world because it adds this elegance and kind of upscale feel to your table.
It's super upscale. It really is.
It really is.
If I walked into someone's home and their table was dressed like this, I would be taken aback by its beauty, its elegance, and it's so...
And the table moves.
And the table moves. Sometimes I think I'm just like sitting here and all of a sudden I have vertigo. But no, it's the table that's moving.
I was actually thinking the same thing.
It's like, am I dizzy? What's happening? And do I need to brace myself? No, the table's just moving.
And look at that scalloping that you pointed out, Julia. Like, do you see how it adds that extra flair to the table? And like we talked about, you can still fit the placemat like right here, which is fantastic. See, even at the ends, you're not jammed up against the runner.
It's also not too stiff. It's still like malleable. So if you do want to use this just seasonally, if you don't want to leave this out 100% of the time, you can easily store it because
you know where I store mine?
Where?
I do have a dining room table, and then on top of like my hutch, you know, like the glass front.
Yeah.
That's where I store it. I put that on top, and that way it lays completely flat. Just don't do it if it's lighted inside, but you can do it, yeah, because you don't want it to get hot.
Over 100 have been picked up. I mean, you can't resist this price. There's no way you could resist this price. $25.99, or even better, an easy pay. Get it home for $8 and change. And when you see this quality, this construction, this beading, the dimension that is sort of brought to life, it almost looks like these butterflies are in flight.
Yes.
You are going to be absolutely stunned by this craftsmanship.
Gorgeous colors. This is like when you put this on your table, people walk in and they're like, oh, gosh, I mean, I didn't know it was fancy, or I didn't.
Yeah, I don't. Am I dressed enough?
Am I dressed? But it's that great look. But the other thing is, it looks great on outdoor tables too.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. Like how to bring your outdoor table to life with the summer shells or the olive flutter.
Right. I was just going to say that. How gorgeous it would be dining al fresco.
Yes.
In your garden that you've been working so hard on. Bring olive flutter there. Bring summer shells out there if you have that beach house. I got to stay at a friend's beach house for like 4 days all by myself.
What?
All by myself.
Oh, that was fun.
Right on the beach.
Oh,
and I just sat there and I sat on the patio and I sat on the beach and I read books and I had a time.
That's so nice.
I had a time. And then I joined all of my friends and then I had a real time.
Then you had a real fun time after that.
A real good time after that. It was really a perfect balanced vacation. All right, so here's your olive flutter. And remember, these are the placemats that match back. Here is your red and the placemats that match back. I love it for fall.
Right.
And then here is your summer shells, and then these are the placemats that you can match back as well. $25.99. Yeah. I don't understand how, but that's the truth. It's K90328. Sometimes it's best not to ask questions.
Yes, just hurry up. Wait further gone.
Yeah.